Can you believe that we are literally less than a month away from the new year? Oh my freaking God. We're literally about to step into a new freaking decade. And now is probably the time when you're really thinking about what you want to call in for the next year, what you want to step into, what your next level looks like. I know these are things that I'm thinking about. And to be honest with you, when we're going through an up level, when we're heading into a new phase in our life, challenges can pop up. Things can creep up, things we need to learn, things we need to work through, fear, doubt, you name it, up level pains, whatever. And it's important to have support, have the tools and the things that will help you just truly catapult into your next level. And so I want to share something that I just put together for you that I'm so fucking excited for because I know that it's going to make a massive impact in your life. I just released my up level bundle. And what this is a combination of tons of trainings, resources, tools, workbooks, hypnosis, EFT tapping to help you step into your next level of impact, your next level of success in your business, your next level of income, and your next level of confidence and belief in who you are and what you're creating and what you're calling in. You can check out the Uplevel bundle at spiritualbossbabe.com/uplevel. Now, some things that are included in here, let me just tell you, it's a lot. I have so much in here for you. It's going to blow your freaking mind. So some things that are in the Uplevel bundle are my goal getter training, where I teach you how to set goals the right way, as in the smart way, to get your subconscious on board. Because when your subconscious is on board with your goals, it's basically like you're calling them in, you're making it happen on autopilot. So I have a training around that. I also am sharing my Vortex 7-day manifestation bootcamp training inside of the Uplevel bundle. So it's 7 different videos teaching you the foundations of quantum manifestation and how to master the energy of becoming magnetic to your desires. I also have a really cool training called Belief Busters. So my Belief Buster training helps you understand limiting beliefs and limiting decisions, how they're formed, and how to finally just let go of any limiting decisions that are holding you back and keeping you small and just making things take longer than they need to. In the belief training, I also have a really powerful hypnotic audio to help you release these things from your subconscious mind. Because again, like everything is, our subconscious is like literally creating everything. It's like running the show. But when you get your subconscious on board with what you desire, you literally activate your superpower. And so that's going to happen in the Uplevel bundle. Some other things that are included are my Unleash Your Badass Confidence training, my Massively Grow Your Audience training, where I teach you how I grew my Facebook group and my audience to over 30,000 women in just a year's time. I have my Frequency Shift for Abundance video in there, which is actually a call from my high level mastermind. And I even created a hypnosis for you to sell out your launches. It's called Sold Out Launch Hypnosis. How cool will it be to have a fucking hypnosis to program your subconscious mind to sell out your programs, to sell out your launches, and to call in the perfect people who are meant to work with you? That's exactly why I created this hypnosis. There's several more trainings in there, as well as some EFT tapping videos, emotional freedom technique tapping videos, to help you shift your energy and let go of any stuck emotions or stuck charge that is kind of creating resistance. So that is just some of what is in the Uplevel bundle. I am telling you, it is jam-packed with some of my best trainings, some of my best tools, and all the things to help you seriously quantum leap into your next level in 2020. And the best part is that the Uplevel bundle is now on an early bird special, and you're getting so much content for a fraction of what it's actually worth. So go check it out at spiritualbossbabe.com/uplevel and jump in. The content is going to be released on December 14th. So depending on when you're listening to this, you can still sign up right now if it's not the 14th, but it will be all in there on the 14th. And so go check it out. If you have any questions, you can reach out to us at at spiritualbossbabe.com. This is a self-paced program, different trainings in there for you to dive into. And I know that it's going to be a huge game changer for you. So happy up-level season, happy manifesting, and let's make some magic happen for the remainder of the year and well into 2020. Welcome to the Spiritual Boss Babe podcast. If you're a woman who is ready to step into your power and manifest a life and business that sets your soul on fire, then you are in the right place. I'm your host, Stephanie Bellinger, and I'm a mindset and success coach for spiritual entrepreneurs. I am obsessed with helping my fellow soul sisters shine their light and live out their purpose so they can experience more magic in everyday life. We all have a special purpose here, and we're meant to share our message and gifts with the world. You deserve to be fully supported emotionally, spiritually, and financially from doing your soul's work. Together, we can make a massive impact in the world, and it's time. So let's do this. So I've been on this entrepreneurial path for well over a decade. I've done a lot of things. I've experienced a lot of highs and lows and failures and ups and downs and successes and just a lot of lessons along the way. And I used to be one to think that, I didn't know what my purpose was. I used to feel like I didn't know what my purpose was. How, am I on the right path? Am I doing the right thing? And I realized that we're always on purpose as long as you're following your passions, as long as you're following what your heart is pulling you to do. And so as time went on, I started diving into personal development and diving on into my spiritual journey and really just healing a lot of things and stepping into what I was truly called to do. And as I did that, my journey shifted and my everything expanded and shifted. And so this is why I like to share that your purpose, the work that you're doing, it's okay for it to shift and evolve and expand as you do. And in fact, that is encouraged because, I know I'm the kind of person where I don't know where the hell I'm going to be like 5 years from now or what exactly everything is going to look like. And so one of the biggest lessons for me was it's okay for things to shift and evolve and expand as I do. I'm always growing. I am always evolving. I am always expanding, and I always will be. And so will my purpose, and so will what I share. And to be honest with you, it's interesting because looking back on my own personal journey with all the different things that I've done, from being a makeup artist to designing bras and corsets to personal training to what I'm doing now, like looking back, it all makes sense in retrospect. Like everything kind of clicks together, and it goes to show you that things don't always just happen overnight. A lot of people have this concept or this, desire. And hey, I was one of them too, where we want things to happen so fast. I remember when I started doing makeup, I was a makeup artist when I was like 20 years old. And I was like, I'm going to be the youngest celebrity makeup artist there is. And I'm going to be doing all the makeup for all of the big time celebrities. And, I'm going to make it big and live in New York City and da-da-da-da. And so I had this really big dream, and I moved to New York City, and I ended up, going to this makeup school and ended up doing fashion shows and, makeup for the models in the fashion shows and getting myself out there. And my MySpace back then was called Glamorous Productions. But I went all in, and that was like my dream back then because like I was so driven. I was so like on purpose at that time. And what I'm getting at here is that like there's a theme within all of it. And that led me to doing the next thing that I did and the next thing and the next thing. But there wasn't just like an overnight thing. I always thought like, oh, it's going to happen really fast. Just like when I did the makeup thing. Oh, it's going to happen overnight. I'm going to be this celebrity makeup artist at 20 years old and, blah, blah, blah. And I'm not like trying to burst anyone's bubble and say that things can't happen really quickly. I believe that anything is possible. And at the same time, there's a journey, you know what I mean? Like I didn't just become the spiritual boss babe and have this community of 30,000 women. I grew this community pretty freaking fast. And but there was a journey before this community, you know what I mean? There was a journey before that. I was sharing my story. I was sharing my message. I was showing up. I was doing my fitness stuff back then. And I was, trying to make that work. And I was full-time as a personal trainer with a boot camp in New York City. And I was doing online coaching. I was part of MLM, Beachbody. Like I did all of those things. And I, was making full-time income, sharing myself and stuff. And then I hit this, rock bottom. And I was like, it felt like rock bottom to me. And then I ended up back kind of like getting a side job again and all this stuff. And so what I'm getting at here, and I know that this is titled 3 Lessons, and I know that I like to go all over the place sometimes, but I'm getting right back to the points that I'm making. The second lesson, or maybe this is still part of the first, I don't know, I'm not going to count anymore, but is that things don't happen overnight. We've got to be consistent and committed, and you've got to be in it for the long haul. And so even though being a makeup artist may seem like it has nothing to do with like what I'm doing now, and it doesn't, I mean, there's a theme still. It's like the reason why I wanted to do that is because I loved working with people and I loved helping women feel amazing about themselves. And I still do. And so can you get that? It's a theme. But there was this backstory, this back journey for me. And it was like literally over a decade. That was when I was 20 years old. I remember ever since I left the abusive relationship that I was in an abusive relationship from 14 to 20. And I bring this up a lot. It's part of, my core story of like what led me on my path. And, I'll dive into that in more in a different video. Maybe, but that's what led me onto this path of like, I'm going to do, I'm going to make the rest of my life the best of my life. I'm going to do what I want, when I want, how I want, as much as I want. I want freedom. And freedom means doing my own thing. Freedom means doing what I love. Freedom means living my fucking purpose. Freedom means like just being free. And to me, that was following my dreams. My dreams at that time was being a makeup artist, following my dreams, like, just doing all of it. And I went all the fuck in with everything I did, everything. And so there was this backstory, and it didn't always look like rainbows and butterflies. Shit. Like, I talk a lot about ease and flow now, and ease and flow is possible. And it's really an inner game. And it's that, the commitment to expanding your consciousness, the commitment to freaking like walking through the fire when you're scared and just like dancing with that fear and becoming friends with it. And so there was a backstory. There was a journey. So people that you see online, people that you maybe compare yourself to, you're like, oh, I want to be where they're at. They have this overnight success, whatever. There's a journey, there's a backstory, and, things can happen really quickly. And at the same time, there's a journey. So don't be hard on yourself. You are on the journey and you are learning the lessons right now. You've been on the journey. So be in it for the long haul. This lesson, to break it down into simple terms, is commit. Commit to your purpose, commit to yourself, commit to showing up and shining your light, and understand that it's probably not going to happen overnight. And you're probably going to make mistakes, and you're going to learn from those mistakes, and that's going to make you stronger and build even more momentum. And so be in it for the long haul. And I'll get to the other ones as I flow with my story. And so there was a time for me when I felt like everything crumbled and I didn't know what I was doing. I felt like I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. I was still personal training at the time. And for me, fitness was like my thing. Like that was like my life. That was like my identity. My thing back then was fit girl boss. That's like who I was. I wasn't the spiritual boss babe. I was fit girl boss. And I did fitness competitions, and I, was training clients, and I was doing all this stuff. And I reached this point where I realized that my beliefs were getting in my way. There were some limiting beliefs and like just shit that was getting in my way. I was on my own, self-employed, but I felt like I was so scared. Like, oh my God, am I going to really be able to keep this up? Am I going to really be able to, still, survive? And I was making money, but I still had this fear of like, oh, what if I run out? What if things don't work out the way I want them to? And at that moment in my life, that was about maybe, I don't know, like 6-7 years ago. I don't know. It was like, 2013 or no, that's 3 years ago. Shit. It feels like a lifetime ago. I don't know how long ago it was, but it was at least 5 years ago. And I was like, oh man, am I going to really keep this up? How am I going to do this? And I let that voice, I let those doubts, I let that fear really take over. And I realized that I had some deeper work to do. I had a lot of deeper work to do. Now I realize that like when fear pops up, here's the thing. And this is what like all entrepreneurs need to fucking get through their head and understand, is that there's never really certainty in life. It's never really certain. Like you never really fully like 100% like have 100% certainty, like you don't even know like when your last day on this planet is going to be. And so a lot of people, it's like that fear of like, oh, what if this happens? What if that happens? Can take over when really it's, you don't know what's going to happen. You decide that you're going to do whatever it takes. You decide that you're resourceful. You decide that, you're just going to roll with the punches, and you're just going to fucking like keep going and figure shit out. And so around that time, I realized that I had a lot of inner work to do. And that is when I delved into the healing work and really going deep with hypnosis and EMDR therapy. And that's when I was led to plant medicine. And once I was led to plant medicine, my whole journey changed. My whole reality changed, because I had a whole different understanding and outlook on everything that I was doing, everything that I was sharing. And so what I learned around that time is that we are always on purpose as long as we are doing the work on ourselves to align with the truth of who we are. And as I began really delving deeper into that work of like peeling away the layers of untruths, of really understanding myself, and I'm still on the journey just like everyone else, but of like, I just became obsessed with like understanding myself and mastering myself and really being able to express myself in the way that I wanted to and stand in my truth and stand in my power. And the more I began to do that, the more I realized what I was shifting into, what I was meant to share, what I was meant to express in the world. And I realized that we are always on purpose. And so I want to sum up these 3 things that I kind of like totally was going into all these stories so that you can have something to really just ground into and take home with you. Is the first thing is commitment. You're in it for the long haul. Things don't happen overnight. The second thing is that you're always on purpose when you're living your truth. When you're living your truth, you're always on purpose. Doesn't matter, if it shifts or changes or evolves. As long as you are living your truth, you're doing what you love, and you feel fulfilled, you're on purpose. You don't need to find your purpose. It finds you. It is you. You are your purpose. And so the last thing is, write this down, please. Your soul came to this planet to share your gifts. So your job is to share your gifts. It's not to question whether or not you're good enough. Like, seriously, this is like the main thing that people struggle with. The main thing that I've struggled with is feeling good enough. Oh, like, who am I to share my message? Who am I to help people in this way? Well, what if I'm not really good enough? And like, we have all these doubts, and it's not our job to question whether or not we're good enough. You were born worthy. You were born good enough. And so whenever you find that story creeping up, you've like shift back into your heart and remind yourself that spirit, source is literally working with you, for you, and through you. And so it's like, when we start to doubt ourselves and say and question whether we're good enough, we are literally like blocking that channel, and we're doing everyone a disservice, including ourselves. And so the thing that I want you to write down is your job is to share your gifts. It's not to question whether or not you're good enough. We are all good enough, and no one is you, and no one can do what you do in the way that you do it. And so your message matters, your gifts matter, your success is yours. It's like, it's yours. It's here. The abundance that you desire is here. The impact that you desire to make is within you. You are able to make that. It's all about commitment, stepping into it, continuing to step into it, not expecting it to happen overnight, but just deciding that it's fucking happening regardless, and continuing to go. And just like I shared some of my journey within this video, or this podcast, if you're listening to the podcast, my journey had a lot of turns, but I went all the fuck in with everything I did. That's for sure. That's one thing that didn't change. And that's a habit you want to adapt for yourself, to go all the F in on what you're doing. And when I say that, I mean consistency. I mean, like, you are in it. It's not like, oh, I'm just doing this little thing because I think it's going to make me money, or, oh, I'm just going to make this program because I think that this is what everyone wants. No, you're freaking in it because it's your purpose, and it's who you are, and your programs and your offers are an extension of your soul and of who you are. So just think about it. If you're not really being who you truly are, then what are the things that you're offering and creating? They're probably not in alignment if you're not fully, stepping into who you are. Like my programs and the things that I offer, it's all things that have helped me. It's all things that I have done that has helped me shift my mindset, that has helped me manifest abundance, that has helped me grow my business. And so it's not, and there have been times when I've done stuff that I knew how to do and teach, but it wasn't like what really lit me up. And so I stopped and I started doing what really lights me up. And what really lights me up is helping spiritual, entrepreneurial, visionary leaders really step into their next level of purpose, impact, and abundance in all ways. And, I really do a lot of the mindset and energy work, the energetics of it. And you know what? Because when you shift the energetics of it and you shift your energy and you stand in your truth, you always hear me say this if you watch my videos or if you listen to my podcast, is you literally start to become magnetic to everything that you desire. You really do. And it's all a matter of like deciding to step into that. And so my journey was like, so not this like clear path. And there were times when I really wanted it to be this clear path. I was like, everyone else seems to get it. And I really zigzagged a lot. And I'm telling you, I must have spent hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of hours learning and studying and like learning how to grow an online business and learning how to create courses and learning about personal development and how to shift my mindset. And like literally I would listen to 2 hours a day at least, and I still do for the most part, of personal development of some kind when I was working out. I'd work out and I still literally listen to it. Not the whole time when I'm working out because I like to listen to my gangster rap sometimes, but I listen to personal development on a regular basis, something that I'm learning, something that it's raising my vibration. It's getting into my subconscious. Like these are habits, you see, that successful people have habits where they, are constantly filling their mind with amazing things that are helping them grow and expand, or they're constantly showing up on purpose, showing up with value, showing up, sharing. And, it's a growth journey. It's an expansion journey, and it's a beautiful journey. And, there's so much to tap into. And it's so beautiful because the work that we're all doing here is raising the vibration of the planet. Your voice, your message is meant to be heard. You're meant to serve a lot of people. You're meant to make a massive impact. And it's not about hitting an income goal. It's about like the impact that your soul is here to make, and allowing yourself to receive that energy exchange in the process. It's like this, I can't explain it. I just see it in my mind. It's kind of like this, it's this swirl of energy that you're putting out, you're getting back. And it's like, you're doing it because you're just channeling through what's coming through you. And you're allowing yourself to be this vessel and also receiving an exchange. And it's just this beautiful thing that you came to this planet to do and to experience. Sharing your gifts, living your truth. You get to be abundant just by being you. You are abundance. Ooh, what about that? And you keep expanding it and allowing it to grow and flow as you do. And so these are some things that I learned on my spiritual entrepreneurial journey. I can go on and on about this, and I feel like I can't even do this justice because there's so much that I can share about the journey, and about like my ups and downs, and about my breakdowns and my breakthroughs, and because I'm just being real, it has not always been easy. And there have been plenty of times where I was like, what the fuck? Like, why isn't this working? People don't like me. So-and-so's doing better. Why can't I be there? What if this happened? Like, I've had so many things come up. And so if that happens for you, you're not crazy, number one. And it's so important to have support on your journey. Because if I didn't have support on my journey from coaches, mentors, my team, I wouldn't be here. And even now I'm seeing some blind spots that I didn't see before, that now that I see them, I'm going to be able to quantum leap into my next level. And part of that, like I shared recently, was been bringing on, expanding my team and being able to see what we can do better and how we can be more effective, and how we can help more people. And so, like I said, I'm always growing, and I hope you are too. And know that anything is possible for you. Hey guys, I didn't read a lot of the comments because I was totally in flow, but I appreciate you for tuning in, for jumping on. And I hope this really gave you a lot of value and some things to think about, and just little reminders that, you're not on this journey alone. You're in it for the long haul. You've got to commit. Things don't happen overnight, but you start to build so much momentum. And then you reach this tipping point when things get really easy and in flow. And that's where the magic is. And so you keep going, and build that momentum and get yourself the support along the way. Nobody can do what you do in the way that you do it. Don't question your gifts. You're not here to question whether you're good enough. All you need to do is continue to shine and align with the divine. That's my message for you. So that's all I got for you tonight. You guys, I do have one thing that I want to share. I've shared it in here yesterday. I just launched my Up Level bundle. For those of you who are ready to quantum leap into 2020, you could visit spiritualbossbabe.com/uplevel. I basically am bundling up all of my best trainings, not all, but a lot of my best trainings. There's my 7-day Vortex Manifestation Bootcamp. There's a Belief Buster training. And I just recorded the most amazing sold out launch hypnosis. There's a lot of things in the Up Level bundle that are going to help you make an massive up level in your life, in your business, in your income. And so I bundled this all together for you. The content is officially being released this weekend, but you can sign up now to jump into the early bird pricing for this, it's at spiritualbossbabe.com/uplevel. And when you go to that page, you'll see everything that is included in the bundle. So I just want to share that with you. I'm about to head out in a couple of days on a trip to Guatemala, and I'm really excited to share this part of my journey with you because Guatemala has been life-changing for me when I went back in the spring, and I'm so excited to go back. I'm going to be doing some very deep work there, and I'll share the journey with you. But I'm about to leave there in 2 days, and so I just want to share the UpLevel bundle with you before I leave, and have it all ready because I want to really help you close out 2019 with a freaking bang and head into 2020 like really seriously on fire, and with the right tools, with the right mindset, with this upgraded energy, and with like next level motivation, confidence, and certainty to really step it up and make a bigger impact and, double, triple your income and really do amazing things. So check out the UpLevel bundle. It's literally a steal. It's literally a fucking no-brainer. I can't even, there's like over 12 recordings, 12 training videos, workbooks. You're getting literally so much for like a fraction of what it's worth. So I encourage you to check it out, especially if you've been getting a lot of value out of the things that I share in here and out of this group. You're going to love it. All right, that is all I got for you today. I love you so much. I hope you have an amazing day, and I will see you. Thank you so much for listening to today's episode. If you loved what you heard, please be sure to leave a review on iTunes and hit the subscribe button. If you want extra motivation to manifest a life and business that you're obsessed with, then find me on Instagram at @thespiritualbossbabe or visit spiritualbossbabe.com. I love you and appreciate you so much, and I'll see you in the next episode. I hope you have a magical day.